so much relief on the behalf of the relatives. I've got Charlotte Hennesy here, whose dad, Jimmy, died at Hillsborough. Tell me about your memories. What happened to your dad?
My dad went to the match with one of his friends and James Delaney, who also very sadly lost his life. He exited out of the pen, possibly pulled out, by police officers, but initially went through the turnstiles with his ticket where he should have been, straight down the tunnel where he should have been, into pen 3. And unfortunately, I don't know much after that, other than he was found moving and alive on the pitch. And as heard today, my dad has a different cause of death to everybody else, because he wasn't dead, he was unconscious for a very long time and should still be here now with me today. I shouldn't be standing here giving this interview, and I shouldn't be listening to these inquests.
No. What happened then? The medical attention that he so desperately required, he just didn't get it.
He wasn't given, what he had a right to life, he had a right to medical attention, a right to help. And he was given some help, obviously. A police officer tried to save his life. But fact is, it's been proven today that there were massive failings, and those failings are what caused my dad's death.
And those failings started, as you said, and the language you use, Charlotte, is important, with a ticket, as he should have had, went where he should have gone.
Yeah.
And these were the failings. This is part of the cover-up. These are part of the explanations, the excuses that have been made throughout your life as a child, as an adult.
Yeah, my dad's always been an innocent victim, as have every other Liverpool fan, which has been proved today. They were not responsible for the cause of the disaster. They did not contribute to the cause of the disaster. And now the whole world knows that those failings started with David Duckenfield. And we need to move away from this, incompetent match commander. We've had to listen to that for 2 years, that these were the actions of an incompetent match commander. Well, he didn't take any advice. He changed operational orders. He did things his way. And now it's been proven today that it was negligence.
The jury had gross negligence, and therefore unlawful killing. But just tell me, Charlotte, as you sat there and you heard that, I mean, of course you knew that was the case. You've known that for all your life, but you've never heard it. You've never heard that underlined. What did it mean to you? What did it mean to other families? And what was your reaction?
Well, obviously, this is a huge relief for us now. But to hear it out loud was such a shock, and I think I'm still in shock now. I think it's going to take a while to process that, it's unlawful killing, and it's just, I don't know, I'm just completely shocked.
What was it like? I mean, were you a bit nervous about that decision? Because we all heard, didn't we? And you don't know any more than us, of course. These proceedings are tightly controlled, quite rightly. We heard that the jury couldn't decide. They originally wanted, on this very question, it was question 6 on the list, they originally wanted, the coroner said, I want a unanimous decision on this and on all the ones. They came back and said, we can't all agree. And he said, well, OK, I will accept it if it's 7-2. They then said, yes, we have decided, but we didn't know which way. You didn't know last night, as you were waiting to come here, you would hear.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest fear, that it was a majority against unlawful killing. But then, we've been wronged for so many years. You don't know what to expect. And so I was so anxious this morning. I've never, ever experienced anxiety like it. And then when they answered yes to unlawful killing, I don't even really remember it, to be honest. It's just all a bit of a blur now. But we did it.
And then what flowed from that, as we've been discussing, also taken into careful consideration here, is that issue of responsibility. There's only one way the finger is pointing, and we need to explore that more as a society, but no responsibility for innocent football fans going to a match to enjoy themselves.
Not at all. And, we've always known that Liverpool fans weren't to blame, and now the world knows it too, and all the slander and all the lies, they stand for nothing anymore, don't they? The proof and the truth is out there.
Just tell us lastly, I mean, what's life been like for you growing up? Your father taken away from you in such a cruel fashion.
Awful.
I mean, you're such a young woman. I mean, you must have been a kid.
Yeah, I was 6 years old. now 33 with children of my own, and you know, it has an effect on them as well. I've had to explain to them why I'm needing to come here, what happened to my dad, their granddad, who they're never going to know, you know. But life growing up in the shadow of Hillsborough has been quite unpleasant, to say the least.
And for them, never knowing their granddad, apart from some grainy pictures. I mean, do you guard them from the horrors of what went on? But you know, they must know about the campaign. They must be proud of it too.
I don't know whether they're proud, but I you know, like you say, I have protected them from it because you know, they're still only so small. But my eldest son is 13, and he knows, and he's always said, why did they open the gate, and why did they say they didn't when they did? And you know, you try and give them answers as best as you can because they are so innocent. But at the same time, you know, you have to be honest.
Yeah, and he's quite right to keep asking those questions.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for people like you keeping asking those questions, we wouldn't have been here.
Yeah.
I think we're all proud of him. We're proud of everyone there.
You know, as you've just said, I was only 6. And so I've only joined the campaign, you know, in sort of like the last 10 years when I was old enough to do so. And so I'll be forever indebted to the family members that fought when I was so young to do so. Because if it wasn't for them, for standing up when I was just a child, I wouldn't be here standing next to them today, and I owe that to them. Yeah,
they passed the torch on to you, but you're keeping it burning. Charlotte, thank you very much indeed. We're indebted to you. Really good talking to you. Thank you very much indeed.